And we'll move on to a little bit of sad news, and it is about Sietse Bakker, who is he has been organizing the Eurovision Song Contest for the last 6 years and has worked for the EBU for 10 years. And Bakker has held a number of positions within the EBU, including event organizer for Eurovision as well as the Junior Eurovision. So he has resigned. Basically, he's going to step down after Eurovision 2016, which is a fairly big news every time somebody steps down because new people will be in charge and it'll change sometimes the path of the contest. So, Adam, I would like to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Are you worried? You think it's a good thing? Change is good? Or what do you make of this?
First of all, I think Sietse Bakker has done a great job with working with the Eurovision and Junior as well. He has improved the contests with a little more. He's making them more interesting, at least, and together with the rest of the EBU team. And make the contest move forward always. But everything has an end, that is my opinion. Even Sietse Bakker has to go away and someone else has to take that spot. And that will be interesting how that person will be and how the person itself will do as a supervisor.
Yes, and what I liked about it, because Sietse was or is a fan of the contest. As a matter of fact, he founded esctoday.com back in 2000, and then from there, he joined the EBU, and then his career spiraled up from there. So it is always good, in my opinion, to have someone who appreciates the contest for what it is, rather than just look at it as a tool for profitability to get money out of it and sponsors and all that. But I do believe that he truly cares about it and wants to make it better rather than just bigger, I guess, it's for lack of a better word. So I hope whoever's going to follow him is going to be also someone who has an appreciation for the contest and not just look at it as a pure business. I truly believe that's always important, in my opinion at least. I also want to address, I guess, the elephant in the room, and you may have heard about it, Adam, and there were rumors that, and there were some journalists who posted stuff about him with his personal business, because he is not correct me if I'm mistaken, but he's not an actual employee of the EBU, but basically a contractor working for the EBU. So his own company, those journalists alleged that there was basically a conflict of interest where big jobs were given to him from the EBU, and that's an issue. Do you think his decision to step down has anything to do with that, or that's just pure coincidence?
You talk about the ones about the Jamosim.
Well, Jamusin, yes, that happened as well, but that's separate because he had something about the whole. What happened was Jamusin was because there was this whole alleged communication where he said, Sweden, about Sweden should not fly and all that stuff. But this is different. I'm not sure if you heard about it, but basically there was this story, as I just said, that that Sietse Bakker's company, his company is giving special jobs from the EBU, making a lot of money off of it, which seems to be a conflict of interest. That he is a contractor and is getting all these extra jobs and projects assigned to him. So that is what happened. So I'm not sure. And my question was, do you think if that had anything to do with his decision to step down?
Maybe it could have maybe he had a bad feeling that something may be coming against him in the end, and maybe that made him take this decision. But it hasn't have to be like that. It could be that he has done enough for the contest and wants to move on to do something different. We'll see, and maybe he can answer that in May. We'll see.
Yes, and as said, he is a very successful businessman with his companies, entrepreneur-wise, and I truly believe it may have played a role in it. I don't know, but if it did, it's probably minor because I don't think there is an issue. I truly believe that his companies are just really taking off. He's very successful, and it's time to close this chapter and start a new one. And we all do that in our lives, and I personally want to thank him because I do think that he was a big supporter of the fan media in particular, which ESC United is clearly part of. And the fan media has become fairly important to the Eurovision world because, we report on things that the big broadcasters, the big mainstream media does not want to report about, like the first week of rehearsals and the little, things that are happening in between. They don't care. So I think the fan media has its place, and he has been very supportive of that. And you never know who's going to replace him and whether or not they're going to have the same kind of attitude. So for that, I want to thank him because that is something I feel very strongly about, and fingers crossed that there's going to be a person that is going to be just as supportive of us.
Yeah, I agree.